You know that today is the essence of the universe. Everything begins at the essence. Think of DNA. Everything, my whole body, began as a single DNA. In the essence, the result already exists. What was the first thing that God made? Because today, the 25th of Elul, is the day that God began the universe. So the first thing that God actually made was time. Without time, nothing else can exist, including space. Space is just the distance it takes, the time it takes to get from one place to another. Now, within that time is obviously souls. Time, space contains souls. This idea is the essence of Kabbalah. It's built on the principle called Oshon, time, space, soul, and it's written about by Abraham, who was a very great Kabbalist, in his famous book Sefer Yetzirah, 32 short paragraphs. That's the essence of Kabbalah. So God created time, space, and souls, and what was the purpose? What was the essence of this creation? So we know on the fourth day of creation, God made physical light. But on the first day it says that he made light. So what kind of a light was that? Well, there are two kinds of light. You see, the physical light corresponds to the spiritual light. Just like physical light doesn't change anything, but it illuminates everything. If there was no light, you couldn't see me. You couldn't have the same experience. If you go into a room and it's dark, it's not that you can't feel your way around, but it's not the same experience. It's not bright. It's not warm. It's not inviting. It's not loving. So too this world, when it's dark, when you don't know why you're here, when you don't understand the purpose of reality, it is a dark place. So true light is a spiritual light. It is the reason why you were created, why I was created. Now this is a very, very, very deep concept. Ultimately, there are 2 points to the spiritual light. The first point is that this light is a guidance of how to live life. It comes from God, and it comes to you and it tells you what to do. That's the light of the Torah. As the Baal Shem Tov began to reveal the light of Mashiach, he says God is talking to us all the time. He talks in hints. You have to be aware of his messages. Sometimes God, right now, because the time of Mashiach's begun, is talking. You get a voice in your own head that you didn't think about. That's God communicating to you. So God, that's the GPS. God is guiding you. But there's a very important but. And this is the first light that came to the world. And it says the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. There's the darkness and the confusion of reality. And then there's the clarity and the light of the godly message. And that light is infinite. And it's very, very important to understand what infinite means. Because when you're talking about something that's finite and it can receive infinite, if I am just a simple finite, let's say, container, or even if you think of, I don't know, a phone, and you plug it into a nuclear reactor, it will blow up. So we can't contain God because he's infinite, and his light and his messages are infinite. But what we can do is step by step. For example, the earth can take rain and it can grow, and the tree will then go through its season and it will be reborn. We can always be reborn as long as you can let go of your ego and I need to be right and this is the way it is. As long as you can become like a bird that flies with the wind, that accepts that life always changes. Imagine the reality of a bird. It doesn't think like we're stuck in this world, or like a fish. It's a dynamic universe that it exists in. And we too need to grow wings and fly with the messages, the infinite light that pulsates on and off. And that's the original light. It was pulsating on and off. And everything in this universe is a pulsation from the heart, from the breath. The physical reality pulsates in and out. There are billions of different things that are pulsating. And we too are receiving infinite pulsations of divine wisdom, and let us all grow wings and fly together and be beautiful, beautiful angels on this planet, loving, helping, receiving, and sharing.